Well, people, it is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday of 2026. Yeah, the 25th of February. I have 2:39 p.m. Let's say it together. Praise our Heavenly Father from whom all blessings flow. You were the Father that decided that you would not leave your image behind. You sent your Son, Jesus. We'll always be grateful for that. And once He died, He sacrificed. You then sent the Holy Spirit. Lord, as we go another day, send your angels as we journey, because we're waiting on that call. That blood moon is serious, right? That blood moon is serious. I might need to do a follow-up, get with Mr. Steve Fletcher or some people who know more about this stuff than I do. But until then, Mexico. The people are under a attack, and an uncertain attack ever since the 22nd. I've been checking this stuff out daily just like you guys. I hope you guys, if you have friends and relatives, they're home now. But the research I've been doing, they're telling the folk, look, you shelter in place. After 2 o'clock, you better have your butt inside, right? Many folks are trying to figure out what they're going to do from day to day. Water and food, medicine. At the same time, when they're going to be able to catch a flight and get up out of there. What a time that transformed into a nightmare. I'm doing this video for a number of reasons. One of the questions I'm asking myself, during these uncertain times, during these shaky times, is this a safe time to travel abroad? That is, to leave out of America? Is this a safe time? Do you feel safe? As you look at this thing, I mean, are you canceling some of your plans? I think I would. I most definitely would take the hit and forget about the refund. I guess depending on how much it was, but I'd be like, I gotta sell these tickets. I just don't think it's a good time to travel. And I'm not trying to put anybody out of a job, but people, somebody had the motto friendly skies. These are some unfriendly destinations to be going to. Look at the trend. You have Venezuela with the drug boats. You have Mexico with the drugs. I would bet any country that America is looking at that's dealing with drugs, that's the place you should not. Look, I'm going to keep it real. I've been thinking about it because everybody and their mama, there's no shortage on news on Mexico. I don't care what social media you go to. But you know, I kind of look at other things. I try to go outside the box. Do you think this is a good time to travel? Especially those places where you can anticipate any drugs of any kind at any time that come to America last 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you on the list. Put it in the chat. Tell me what you think. That's the conclusion I've come to. And I don't think that's a hard conclusion to come to. Bullseye, can you spell bullseye? We got Venezuela. We went and got him. Look, the head person over in Mexico, I'm sure she's getting her nails done. Pedicure, getting her hair done. Somebody gave her a call. Hey, baby, the Cartels is kicking it. She had to cancel her nail filing appointment, right? This is not a good time to be out in the street beyond America. You know, look, I'm just keeping it real. So put in the chat too what you think, because if there's any country that you was about to go to that's dealing with some drugs, I don't know, man. I ain't going. Oh, my wife, my honeymoon. Baby, I love you, but hey, it's my 20th anniversary. Baby, I love you, but hey, we got to make some alternatives here. You got to be wise in this generation, people. Let's get into this thing. Now, there's some things I can't show you because, you know, it's violent. But we're going to try to get this video done. I want you to hear some of the things that happened and the things which are happening now. And you got people out there stranded. They might not get a plane flight until maybe Sunday. Okay? It's just that serious. Okay? It's just that serious. Check it out.
In Mexico, following the shooting death of Cartel leader El Mencho. Following the shooting over the weekend, chaos, as you see there, erupted in different parts of the country, with some tourists being told to shelter in place. Right now, I do want to check in on the ground with Blake Hayes, an American in Mexico from Portland, Maine, working with 93.1 The Coast, joining us live. And Blake, I know you were actually there on vacation as all of this was kind of unfolding. So thank you so much for being here with us.
Yeah, no problem. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, first off, I want to start at the beginning. Can you kind of explain for me how everything played out day of as all of this was going on?
Yeah, so here in Puerto Vallarta, it's known for being very safe. These kind of things have, from what I understand, never happened here, at least not in the last 20 or 30 years. And it was a Sunday morning. We were getting ready to figure out, do we want to go to the beach or the pool? And what time are we going to have a margarita? My husband had gone to a gym about 10 minutes down the road from here. This is the hotel that we are staying in. And then I found, when I woke up, I had missed calls from him. He said it's scary. The streets are shut down. We're trying to get off the street. And I was like, what? Like that? What is even happening? And he ended up getting pulled inside. He had seen a police vehicle go by, and they were making announcements on like a megaphone in Spanish, which he didn't understand. And then locals were running inside, and there was actually a car set fire just outside the gym where he was about to go. So luckily he turned around and was pulled into a building by a local woman who was saying, hey, listen, sort of translating for him. And then he ended up running back to the hotel because he didn't want us to be separated. I stayed on the phone with him that whole time, and he got back here and we went up to this roof. This is like the rooftop area of the hotel, and you could see plumes of smoke just rising from different parts of the city. And we were like, what is going on? So of course we go on social media, and it seemed like this cartel boss had been killed or arrested, or there were sanctions, or, you know, the news was really unclear. And we kind of just holed up in the hotel. They sent us a text saying it's best to stay in the hotel right now. And then we found out about the shelter in place later as we all started to figure out what was happening.
Again, there's no shortage of videos on this subject all over social media. I just happened to run across this. Look at the guy got an X on his back. The news media covered him. He's out there. Let me introduce you to my little friend. What are the odds? You know what I'm saying? Tiffany blue too, got the blue going on. I don't know, baby, I don't know. Inquiring minds. All right, now let's listen to the Trump's press secretary, what she got to say about them being over there, that is Americans, and being safe, and what they gonna do about it.
Big story is the CIA evidently aiding the Mexican government in taking down a key drug kingpin whose specialty was fentanyl to America. So we all should be applauding this. But American tourists right now stuck in Mexico, here's some of what they're saying.
The day before, everybody was telling us how safe Puerto Vallarta is and how this area was really safe. So it's just, I think, an unfortunate, turn of events that apparently a part of Mexico that folks thought was very safe.
Across the street is a gas station, and there's cars parked sideways throughout the road. There's about 6 cars on the road, 4 cars on the road, and 2 cars next to the road in the parking lot. And they were all on fire.
You're seeing a war zone behind you, and we've got people come back to the hotel before all this happened saying, do not go out, there's cars on fire. So right then you're, hey, I'm not leaving, I'm stuck here. And there's no way out. They closed the airport. So we're stuck.
Caroline, and cover the New York Post War in Paradise. This is all new. It's breaking in 24 hours. What can you tell those people? Can we get them out?
Secretary Rubio and the State Department are absolutely on it. We hear from Americans directly who are in Mexico because the State Department immediately set up 24/7 phone lines, and they're taking hundreds of calls a day, providing Americans on the ground with travel support and advice. The State Department also has issued new travel advisories, and they'll continue to update those as the situation progresses. So we encourage all Americans in Mexico to, of course, adhere to the guidance provided by the State Department. Right now, we are unaware of any reports of any Americans being hurt, kidnapped, or killed, and the Mexican drug cartels know not to lay a finger on a single American, or they will pay severe consequences under this president. And they already are. This operation, which was carried out successfully by the Mexican authorities, was of course supported by the United States, would not have happened without the leadership of President Trump. He has made it a day one priority to target.
So we helped them take this guy out. What's plan B, C, D? Got to stabilize the thing, not Trump. You got to get the Americans up out of there, not Trump. They need to be fed. They need a place to stay. They need to be safe. They need water. Come on, man. If you're going to make this plan, then you gotta get something going on. A 24-hour helpline, okay, that's good, but come on, man. You got to put some feet on the ground. I told y'all before, Trump just spread this military too thin. And in time of crisis, it reminded me of New Orleans. It reminded me of New Orleans.
Former DHS Deputy Assistant Secretary and former Acting ICE Director Jonathan Fahey. Jonathan, thank you so much for joining us. Let's talk about American safety. And when I think about that, I worry about people living along the southern border and violence possibly spreading across the border into the United States. What do you think about that? Should those people along the border be concerned about this?
I mean, I think right now people on the border generally, I think, have reason to be, concerned, but I do think our border is still very secure, probably the most secure it's ever been. So I wouldn't be as concerned as with the people in Mexico, Americans in Mexico or Americans traveling to Mexico. But I don't think these cartels are ultimately going to be targeting Americans because they know President Trump would come down on them so hard they wouldn't even know what them. But I still think Americans are in danger of just being in the area where violence is going on and other things are going on. It's still a dangerous place. So I think people down there should be cautious. And, I wouldn't want to send my kids down there for spring break this year.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. First of all, you kind of hit on both, but just to emphasize it, how concerned are you for the safety of people at those resorts right now, those Americans at those resorts right now? Could they be possibly targeted when they do in fact leave to go to the airport? And also, when it does come to spring break, I mean, that is right around the corner. What should people know about the safety of Mexico and if they should go or should avoid the area?
I mean, my personal view is I'd avoid the area. I don't think the cartels will target Americans because the wrath from President Trump would be enormous. But if it's a violent war zone, no one wants to be involved in that, and it's certainly not going to be a pleasant vacation.
So he need to get them out of there, and don't nobody need to go there, period. I ain't hating on Mexico, but hey, I don't think anybody with any common sense is on their way over there right about now. Unless they got business or relatives over there and they try to get them out of there or stabilize whatever business they got. But yeah, this is serious. Here's another one.
The department is still warning Americans in Mexico to be careful after a wave of violence erupted from the killing of Mexico's most wanted drug lord.
Flight restrictions have been lifted, but many Americans are ended in Mexico while the airlines play catch. Fox's Alex Boyer joining us live with more. Tonight, Alex.
Hey guys, both American and Southwest Airlines tell me that they have resumed operations in and out of Puerto Vallarta, Mexico as of today, and they've even added additional flights trying to get those stranded Americans back home. Still, a group I spoke to from North Texas tell me that the soonest they can get on one of those rebooked American flights is this coming Sunday. That's nearly 1 week after when they were supposed to originally leave. Cell phone video taken inside the airport in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico Tuesday shows the sheer number of people desperate to get back home. U.S. carriers resumed flights in and out of the airport Tuesday after the leader of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel was killed in the popular seaside city Sunday.
We witnessed a war zone, basically, from our whale watching tour.
Judy Witzig and her friends from the Dallas Bicycle Club were on a boat Sunday morning when the violence erupted. They shared these photos and videos that captured some of the fires set to hotels and businesses in retaliation from the cartel and the military presence that has been in place ever since. The group is supposed to return to Dallas Monday morning, but they say the soonest American Airlines can get them back home is Sunday. Meanwhile, a neighbor has been sharing food with them.
We have been in contact with the embassy. We called and registered the other day to let them know where we were. And the message was that they would do everything they could to take care of us and make sure that we were safe. But above and beyond that, us getting flights or trying to even be influential in working with the airlines, none of that is to happen since we've been here.
American says it's added 4 extra flights to and from Puerto Vallarta and issued a travel alert allowing those whose...
The airlines just opened back up, I understand, within the last 24 hours, extra flights, day and night. But people, from a presidential standpoint, this stinks. We should have had food on the way, utilize the Red Cross, other organizations, U.S. military, and telling them, look, American people are leaving out and you better not fire one shot. This is stupid to me. This is stupid. And you're gonna see why I'm saying it's stupid. I'm gonna show you how this thing calculates, okay? Now, a year ago, the exact date was January 20th of 2025. Trump made the cartels, he signs an executive order. Listen to this.
People have wanted to do this for years.
There's actually an executive order designating the cartels and other organizations to be foreign terrorist organizations. Yes, sir.
People have wanted to do this for years. So they are now designated as terrorist organizations, foreign, and Mexico probably doesn't want that.
President Trump, if cartels are now going to be seen as foreign terror organizations, would you think about ordering U.S. Special Forces into Mexico to take them out?
Could happen. Stranger things have happened.
This is actually an executive.
And stranger things did happen. Like I said, he signed that executive order back in the day, January 20th of 2025. Now, this situation, taking out this one cartel leader, happened on February 22nd, 222, George Washington's birthday as well. 2/22/2026, from Trump's last birthday. Trump's last birthday was June 14, 2025. This is the day that America helped Mexico go after that cartel leader. The difference is 88. Trump's text number is 88022. Trump erected 2 flagpoles last year, 88 feet tall. Sound like a plan to me. Was that coincidence? And again, Trump signed that one executive order January 20th of 2025. That's when he signed it. And Mexico was founded August 24th, 1821. So let's put it together. August 24th, 2025, Mexico anniversary. August 24th, 2025 is, that's when Mexico was founded. Yeah. August 24th, 2025, Mexico founded anniversary versus the day that Trump signed that executive order, January 20th, 2025. The difference is 2/16. The 216th day of the year is August 4th. That's Barack Obama's birthday. Like I said to you guys before, I believe they're setting up the one world system. And the drugs that America allegedly allowed in these different countries to persist, just my opinion, which unalived hundreds of thousands of Americans, now they want to close up the shop. It's a beautiful thing. It can show you when America put a plan together, they can do it. Allegedly. But now we got people stranded. And what did Trump say? Stranger things have happened. Okay, well, stranger things did happen. The plan went through. But now you got Americans sitting there. I pray like not sitting ducks. And again, the trend so far is, if you are a nation or a country dealing drugs, there's the crosshairs on you. So I would advise people, leave these countries alone. Because the world is transitioning whether you like it or not. Economically, spiritually, politically, it's transitioning. A lot of these leaders, they're puppets. I don't care what nobody say. They're New World Order puppets. They know what time it is, and if they don't, they're going to find out. If you don't know, now you know. To quote Biggie Small, a.k.a. Marco Rubio, Secretary of State. Ain't that what he said? If you don't know, now you know. They're flushing out anything got to do with drugs, period. And again, I would think twice about going there, vacationing, or anything else. If you got a business there, hey, I don't know what to tell you. If you got a business in Mexico, if you got a business in any of these areas, unless you probably dealing with oil like Venezuela, and now you got, because right now, Trump got a meeting right now as we speak. He's meeting right now. And he's got all the old executives and some tech people and other people, and they're talking about Venezuela and oil and how they're going to profit and build their businesses. Trump getting down. See, it's a transition going on. Okay, but as you got that going on, Trump, to me, it should have been a plan B. Like I said, the Red Cross, hospitals, emergency food, emergency flights, and boots on the ground saying, look, we're coming to get our American people, and you better not mess with them. Tell me what y'all think. A lot of folks didn't know this New World Order was real, but I'm showing you. You've seen all my receipts. I've been writing about this since the late 70s. This is the modern day transition of the New World Order. All that crap that they allowed these countries to do, that they over with. Matumbo, it's over with. And a lot of these countries, believe it or not, I remember studying drugs back in the day, and I'm sure it's the same way. Drugs are so much a part of the economy that if it goes, guess what? The economy of that land goes. Hint, hint, America. If drugs stop flowing, the economy is going to take a hit. I'm Franchot Pearson. You might not hear this type of perspective, but hey, you need to know what's going on. My videos don't get to the big audience. If you can help out, I appreciate it. You can go to the description. I have Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, and PayPal, and a P.O. box. If you can mail a love offering, I appreciate it. Travel smart and be wise. We pray for those who are stranded there. May they soon return. Kiss the ground you're walking on. Welcome back to America. God bless.